Now, Russia and Ukraine have accused each other of continuing attacks despite a 3-day ceasefire. In an address, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that although Russia refrained from massive aerial and missile strikes in Ukraine, Russian attacks continued along the front lines. According to Zelensky, nearly 10,000 kamikaze drones strikes and over 100 instances of shelling were reported in the frontline areas. Ukrainian officials even say that the Russian attacks led to multiple casualties and injuries.
There were no massive attacks today, no missile or airstrikes, but there was no peace in the frontline areas and communities near the front. The Russians continue their assault activity in directions that are key for them. There is shelling. There were drone strikes of various types at the front. Over yesterday and today, there were more than 150 assault actions, more than 100 instances of shelling, and nearly 10,000 kamikaze drone strikes. In other words, the Russian army is not observing the silence at the front, and is not even particularly trying to. All our Ukrainian units are acting in a mirror-like manner, defending our positions exactly as required.
On the other hand, the Russian Defense Ministry has claimed it strictly adhered to the 3-day ceasefire and instead blamed Ukraine for over 8,970 alleged ceasefire violations. The ministry claimed Ukrainian forces targeted civilian infrastructure in Crimea, Moscow and Belgorod region. It said Russian forces conducted retaliatory strikes against Ukrainian fire positions, command posts and even drone launch sites. Zelensky has said that Ukrainian officials are in touch with the US for the proposed exchange of 1,000 prisoners between Ukraine and Russia. He even said that Kyiv had already handed over the list of prisoners to Moscow and expected Washington to help ensure the deal was implemented.
Our contacts with the American side regarding guarantees are currently ongoing. Guarantees for the implementation of the agreements that were recently reached and mentioned by the US President. 1,000 for 1,000 prisoner exchange is being prepared and must be carried out. The Americans took these guarantees upon themselves. The Ukrainian coordination headquarters has handed over the lists of 1,000 to the Russian side. There was American mediation in this exchange agreement. Accordingly, we expect the American side to be active in ensuring the fulfillment of these agreements.
Well, Zelensky's comments come a day after Putin said that Russia said the country had not received any proposals from Ukraine on the prisoner swap deal. Last week, President Donald Trump had announced the 3-day ceasefire, saying that the two sides had agreed to stop all kinetic warfare for a 3-day period. In fact, since Russia's invasion in 2022, the war in Ukraine has killed hundreds and thousands of people and spiraled into Europe's deadliest war since World War II.